Alright, going to do a little video to accompany the photo set that's going to be on the blog at www.lutherie.us. That's Lutherie.us. Restoring the about 200-year-old, maybe 180, 200-year-old romantic guitar, figure 8 peg head, whole 9 yards. It's definitely older than some of the German remakes that they made in the mid 19th century, mid and late 19th century. Where we're at so far, we have the back off of the main body right there. Some interesting facts about that we'll be discussing. Here is the all too familiar face. We have 3 cracks, one running along the side of the fingerboard there, one running through the rosette down to about that part of the bridge area, and then one running from the bridge area to there. This guitar is not going to be undergoing a refinish. I definitely am a big fan of preserving the original character, and doing a refinish on a 200-year-old guitar, it's kind of like a 90-year-old woman getting a facelift and a boob job. It doesn't look right. So we're going to leave that as it is. The inside does have some writing. I can't quite decipher it yet, but I will be taking some technological measures to try to figure out what we're dealing with there. Another shot of the inside. Part of the plan, we got some 2mm spruce veneer coming in. We're going to be laying around the sound hole and the bridge area. The bridge area also has some pretty weird stuff going on. It was plugged, so we're going to get rid of those plugs. There's also some other garbage going on there. And we have to rebuild in order to take the back off. We had to breach some of the get that in there. There we go. There's the heel. That's going to have to get planed down a bit. But that's the body. Now the back, hold on one second while I set this down. Okay. Now the back is really interesting because it had what appeared to be original 200-year-old veneer. Now, this guitar did undergo a repair at one point about 100 years ago, or, I'm kind of guessing, roughly thereabouts 100 years. It kind of looked, as far as the way the repairs, the style of the repair, the way it was integrated with the instrument, it looked to be about, 80, 100, could have been 120 years old. From original, but this particular back is a 3-piece back. And on the reverse, where you see kind of the other, this color, that color, was strips of veneer. Now I was originally concerned that these were just cracks, and that veneer was laid over to cover the cracks. But as you can see, the cracks are pretty symmetrical in terms of relative to the size of the back, the sizing of the different pieces. And sure enough, once I got the veneer off and looked at the joint, it was a joinery rather than a break. One of the more interesting facts about that, I'll take one of the braces. This is a large bottom brace from the back, but I'll hold up against a straight edge so you can kind of see. But the foot of the brace is actually angled. So this back is originally intended to have an arch, which presents some interesting challenges, particularly because there is warpage. I don't know if you can really see it, but there's definitely some warpage that's going to have to be contended with. And I don't know if it was the original luthier who built it or the guy who repaired it, but the interior portion of the back panels are just slathered with very old adhesive, meaning that steam or moisture and pressure, I'm going to have to sand them down or scrape them. I'm probably going to use cabinet scrapers to get that down to raw wood that can take moisture so it can be rebent. I did take a moisture reading off all of it. It is less than 6%, but that was expected. The original binding still on a lot of these back pieces as we stand right now. I wanted to preserve the original binding if at all possible, not have to rebind. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to get on this video basically what this is, it's more for me than anybody. I'll just put it up on YouTube, but this is just kind of a running journal of what I'm going to do. This is a colossus of a project. This is basically rebuilding the instrument from fragments. I mean, this is going to probably take me all winter. What we are going to do in terms of the top cracks are I'm going to take some tracing paper, and I'm going to actually trace out to get a dimensional representation of those cracks. I'm going to then cut that out of the tracing paper. Show you the side crack along the sideboard. You can't really see it, but it's definitely there. Then use that tracing paper as a template to put on some spruce veneer. From that spruce veneer, I'm going to cut an inlay, and then I'm going to use what I've been using so far has been olive oil and a finely filtered potting soil to kind of try to duplicate that surface, which is basically what amounts to a couple hundred years of handling, 30 fingers. You know, it gives it that really cool patina. So what I have to do is take aged spruce that's only 15 years old, put in an inlay piece, and try to get it to where it's not bright white against that aged surface. It's definitely going to be visible, but you know, I want it to at least look respectable. I'm also going to put cleats on the back, obviously. This part's going to be a little more challenging in terms of getting the inlay in there. Also, on the rosette, I'm going to have to get a little creative with that in terms of inlaying individual little pieces of lighter and darker woods to try to match that up as best I can. And then I'm going to have to fabricate a bridge. There are side cracks, quite a few on this. You can't really see, but like I said, I'm definitely going to be preserving the original patina. And I think I've probably bored the shit out of everybody by now, so I'm just going to shut up. And this is the phase 1 video of the romantic guitar, 18, you know, figure 1795 to 1820. More to come.